Whoa, 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 hey there, hey. How you doing, huh? How's everybody out there doing out there in the interweb world? Hope pretty good. I'm doing fine, and I got a little Blu-ray and a VHS movie review right now. Some flicks I just got recently, and then this old school thing right here called Junior. My thoughts about this awesome gem, and then these new guys right here. So let's begin with the reviews right about, probably now. Alright, first movie I'm going to talk about is this one right here by All the Films, Zap, starring Scott Baio and Willie Ames. Little Charles in Charge before there was Charles in Charge. Before they did that, they did this right here. It was a pretty cool movie. I always liked this movie as a kid. Pretty damn fun. Pretty much has starring, Scott Baio as this kind of geeky guy, kind of a nerd, a scientist sort of dude in high school, and his buddy Willie Ames is basically kind of like the class clown of the school, so they're kind of like dorks. He's like the bigger dork out of the two, and they kind of get picked on, whatever, like that, a little bit throughout, school, But one day, while Scott Baio is in his science class laboratory working on a new experiment for extra credit and stuff like that for his graduation project, he stumbles across this there's an accident that happens, and in his formulation, something bad happens, and it gives Scott Baio telekinetic powers. The next day, he goes to sleep, he wakes up, and he can move things with his mind. He's always like making these like weird faces in the movie. He can move things, with telekinetic powers. So it's kind of cool, kind of fun. So after he gets these powers, he uses them for at school to kind of take revenge on certain bullies and to kind of help builds up confidence. Where he kind of goes after this girl in the movie and helps and does like kind of weird things. Yeah, it's a pretty fun movie, made in 1982. Very 80s right here, very cool, very kind of a cheesy movie, but it's fun to always like this movie. Really, really cool. Very first time on Blu-ray right here presented, and it looks awesome on Blu-ray. There's the back of it right there. Good old Scott Baio, Willie Ames, and the babe in the movie, sorta. But yeah, fun stuff right here. Good, great quality of this thing. All the films, nice job putting out this hidden gem out. Fun one right here. If you like kind of weird 80s comedies, you'll definitely like Zapped. And if you like Zapped, if you've seen it before, definitely check it out on Blu-ray. It looks amazing on here. Really good stuff. Fun movie. Really fun flick right here. Gotta love the 80s-ness in that one. Next up here, also by All the Films, is this one, The Whoopee Boys, starring Paul Rodriguez, boop, and Michael O'Keefe, right over here. And yeah, fun movie. We got these two guys. Here they are in the back. This is made like in the early 80s also, kind of like Zapped. Paul Rodriguez, Michael O'Keefe. These guys are kind of like a couple of kind of cheesy player kind of guys, always looking to score and things like that. So one day they go to Florida on this like spring break kind of deal to kind of score with some ladies and that kind of thing. They're not really looking for a relationship, but they really don't get girls. They're kind of like they do it this really dumb, tacky way, but they think they're smooth. But it's this funny crap. And so one day Michael O'Keefe, he sees this girl, tries to pick up on her. And he does, they hook up and whatever, but he realizes he really likes this girl. He really likes her, doesn't want to play her or, do something like that, a one-night stand kind of thing. So he likes her, but this girl's like a socialite. She just comes from money, and he doesn't. And she's got some issues of her own. She has to get this inheritance. In order to get her inheritance, she must marry a guy within like 30 days, a guy of like substance and social status. But she really likes Michael O'Keefe, but he doesn't really fit the bill because he's kind of like a bumbling idiot. And so in order for that to happen, so him and Paul Rodriguez do this special etiquette class so they can be together. But along the way, this girl's ex wants to butt in too and take over and kind of leave away this guy, Michael O'Keefe, and he wants to butt in and get the inheritance money too. It's kind of a weird, kind of a goofy movie. Nice, fun little sex comedy right here. I enjoyed it. This movie's very 80s right here. A lot of cheesy 80s comedy dialogue in this thing. Pretty funny stuff. Kind of like a little bit raunchy, sort of, But just, yeah, pretty fun movie. Definitely an great 80s. I would say it's sort of like a sex comedy in a way. Just nice cheese fun. If you like Paul Rodriguez, from Born East LA and all those stand-up shows, you'll definitely like watching this, an early Paul Rodriguez movie. This is fun stuff, right? Definitely, I would recommend checking this out. Next up here by Arrow Video and MVD Entertainment is this one, Hired to Kill, right there, by that one director, that Island of Death, Nico Mascarates. That's how you say his name. I always goof up his name. Mastroakis. I should know it by now. I've viewed his movies a few times, but yeah, that guy, he did this right here. Pretty alright movie. It stars Brian Thompson, George Kennedy, and Oliver Reed. And Brian Thompson is that actor. He was also in the movie Cobra. He was the bad guy in the movie, got the cool knife. He's in this one as a starring role, sort of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of ripoff sort of guy. I always thought he's in this thing. So George Kennedy's in charge of hiring Brian Thompson to go attack Oliver Reed. He's like a crazy military leader. So in order to do that, Brian Thompson needs some mercenaries. So he gets these crazy women out there that are in prisons and stuff like that. He hires them and trains them in order to like be like his infantry to go attack the bad guy Oliver Reed right here. He goes undercover as a fashion designer. Actually, they all do. They all go undercover as a fashion models, and he's a fashion photographer. They go undercover to try to get Oliver Reed and a whole his band of bad guys and that kind of deal. But it's kind of a weird movie. Not really that good of a movie. Kind of strange. The music's kind of wacky. The dialogue's delivered is really weird. Some of the movies kind of drawn out. I thought like it starts off kind of cool, but then it's like it kind of drags a little bit with some stuff going on. There's some funny sequences here and there of them training. That's kind of weird, and I thought it was kind of amusing. I don't know if it was meant to be amusing, but I found it kind of humorous. And then it picks up, and the end of it has some pretty okay action. I was expecting a lot more, like over the top action, that kind of deal, but it sort of really was. It was just okay, an okay kind of movie. It's sort of like if you like weird action movies, if you like neat 80s action flicks, this is a pretty okay one, but not really that great either. It's just alright, I thought. But here's the back of it right here. It looks really good on Blu-ray nonetheless. A lot of good features in this thing. I actually interviewed Brian Thompson, I believe from this past year. They talked to him on this thing. A lot of commentary, that kind of deal on this set right here. Here's what it looks like inside. You get the DVD, Blu-ray, booklet right here. But yeah, it was just an okay kind of watch. I thought it was just alright. Yeah, Hard to Kill. It was just, I thought it was just okay. So the next up right here, also by MVD Entertainment, is this wacky, strange, put-together movie, Dangerous Men. That took like 25 years to make. It did. It really did. They made this movie back in the 80s and early 90s, and it didn't get done until like, late 90s, and it got released in 2005, and it finally made it on Blu-ray in like this past year, which is kind of nuts. It took forever to make. Directed by John S. Rad, and it's just this really strange cluster mess of a movie. If you like bad movies that are like not meant to be purposely bad, they just became bad and comical, like The Room or Miami Connection, you'll definitely dig this kind of movie right here. It's like that and more awful than those two, which is strange, but in a kind of weird good way it is, but kind of bad too. Yeah, I'll try to explain it best I can what this is. Yeah, so pretty much when you watch the movie, at the beginning part of it, it says it's directed by John S. Rad, written by, produced by, pretty much edited by, everything by this director, John S. Rad, who's Iranian, but that's his fake stage name, and his other name is just really hard to say, but he just goes by John Rad, which sounds like a kind of a weird porno name to me. And this movie kind of has, to me, felt like watching a porn at times too, with the kind of awful, cheesy synth music and dialogue, really bad dialogue. I think I've seen better acting in 80s porn films than this, which is, yeah, not that I know, but I know. But yeah, really strangely done. Pretty much takes place as this actress right here. She gets assaulted. She's with her guy by the beach one day, and these crazy biker guys attack them. They kill her husband, well, her soon-to-be husband. They were going to get married. That was her fiance. Messes her up, so she kind of becomes like this vigilante woman against crime out there in the city, and wants to get rid of all the perverts and weird guys out there. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. And you also got this detective guy that's on the hunt too for the crime out there. So it's pretty much like these two stories at the same time, kind of interacting, but then they kind of don't. And then more than halfway through the movie, those stories get kind of lost and thrown in the shitter, and it's like kind of like another story happens with this guy named, right here in the long black hair, Black Pepper. He's like the leader of the underworld in the city, and these detectives try to stop him. It kind of makes no damn sense. It's really strangely shot. Strange movie. It's an acquired taste kind of flick. Ain't for everybody. if you like bad movies, you'll definitely get a kick out of this. It has a lot of features on it, though. It has like interview with some of the cast, a really cool, sort of like a documentary about the movie, which I thought was pretty entertaining. An old interview with John S. Rad. He was on some talk show. They talked to him, but he's a really strange guy, John Rad. He's very strange, very unique character. But yeah, it's just really badly done. It's just strange stuff, over the top, cheese, bad stunts, bad acting. These cheesy bad dialogue. It's like the sound's off, and everything bad about a movie that can be bad. Yeah, pretty much features this. It is just pretty much a bad movie. Yeah, not purposely bad. I guess the guy thought it was good stuff, but it just came out to be bad. Just, yeah, it's this awful kind of movie. But it's fun though in a weird way. I kind of enjoyed it. It's kind of strange. It's hard to watch a little bit. I enjoyed it for what it was. Yeah, because I don't mind bad movies. But this was pretty awful. Here's like the booklet inside, a little write up right here, fun stuff. And I'll show you guys a little clip of some bad acting right now. Did you guys see that? This little sample of this movie is, bad cheesy fight scenes and whatnot. You get this cool little card right here. I'm gonna do a favor for you guys. I'm gonna throw you guys a free movie right over here. Check this out. Boom! Get the digital code out there. Whoever gets this, you gotta watch this fantastic movie for free. I'm being sarcastic right there, but yeah, you guys, one of you guys can get this. I mean, why not, right? I'm cool like that. Well, might as well throw you guys a free flick. So whoever out there wants to check this movie out, you got a free one right there. Heck yeah. But yeah, strange flick. So it's an acquired taste, not for everybody, but it is interesting. If you like bad, crappy movies, you'll probably really like this right here. I mean, I'm pretty sure you will, because it doesn't really get any worse, I don't think, than this. It's pretty bad, but funny too, I thought. Last but not least, I'm going to go retro on this. I'm going to do some VHS reviewing. Boom, boom, boom. Junior, check that out. I love the tagline of this thing. It goes like this. First you saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then you met Freddy on Nightmare on Elm Street. Now meet Junior. Right there. Pretty cool movie. Good old prism right there. Nice little side opener. Kind of release this thing, go like that. Boom, right there. Heck yeah. Pretty cool revenge movie from the 80s. Not really a slasher per se. I thought it was more like a slasher kind of flick, judging by the cover. And I've never seen it before. I got it from a gift from my buddy of mine, Steve. He sent this to me in that big package of VHS. So I want to check this out. My thoughts on it right here. Pretty much a revenge movie, I would say. That's what it is, more so than a horror flick. But I love that cover. Look at that cover art, though. I love that. So it pretty much takes place with these two women. They get out of jail. Casey and Joe. Not Casey and JoJo, but Casey and Joe. Yeah, it'd be kind of funny if it was Casey and JoJo, that band back in the day. But yeah, pretty much of them. They got out of prison. They were like prostitutes and stuff like that before. They want to change their life. So they want to start a business down south in the swamplands to kind of start over again. But when they get out of prison, they get assaulted by some ex-pimp guy, but they kick his butt. They take his car, they get the heck out of there. But on the way, they meet up these couple obstacles of these sleazy guys, like guys at a gas station wants to like get with them and almost rape them and stuff like that. So they kick his butt. All these kind of weird things happen on their way down to the swamplands. And so they finally make it down to this little town. They want to start a whole new life again. But the sheriff of the town says, you know what, ladies, it's time for you to get the hell out. You don't belong here. But anyway, the ladies are like, no, we want to stay here. F you, cop, whatever. They don't take his word. They stay in the town. They find this little abandoned, like, shack kind of place. They want to open up a fishing business in a sense. So, but on the way, when they do that, they run into Junior and his gang of weirdos. And Junior's this crazy hit guy. He's like a strange practical jokester, sort of strange bastard of a dude. Rough, crazy redneck kind of guy down in the swamps, swampland kind of dude. And so he tries to attack them and does these weird things and assaults them, does creepy stuff. But he takes it too far, and the women don't want no part of it, so they want to kick Junior's ass. And Junior doesn't want no part of it either, and Junior wants to kill them now. So all this crazy stuff kind of sort of happens along the way. And will these chicks do something about it? Will they do something to Junior? I don't know. They might. But yeah, just some fun stuff. Really funny dialogue in this thing. Low budget movie, but really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I'll show you guys a little clip of it right now. A little sample of what this movie is. Right about now.
Hi, Sally. I'm hungry, and you're my dinner, because I'm going to eat you. I just love barbecues, don't you? You cocksucker! You got me, you little bitch! Now we're gonna have some real fun.
Boom, what'd you think about that? I thought that was pretty hilarious. A little sample of what this movie is. It's not on DVD, not on Blu-ray. It's only on the VHS realm right here. But if you get your hands in this thing, definitely pick it up. It's a fun, cool woman revenge movie. I thought it was really well done. Fun crap right here. Just some nice low budget, revenge sleaze kind of deal. Fun stuff right here. Junior, very cool. You can probably get it on Amazon or eBay for a pretty decent price. I don't think it's too much on there. But yeah, fun stuff right here. I hope to God this comes out on Blu-ray sometime soon. Like Arrow Video or any of those companies like Olive Films or whatever will put this out. That would be awesome, right? This definitely needs a release with some special features. It definitely does. This movie's good stuff right here. Fun. Junior, don't piss him off. He's a crazy guy. That does it right there. Hope you guys enjoy my little reviews of some flicks right here. And if you guys want to get those movies or check them out, links down below of where you can get them at. And yeah, there you go right there. Let me know what you guys got lately flick-wise and whatnot. Give a thumb up if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. And I will catch you later on the next one. I'm just moving my hands like this. On the next one. I'll see ya. Yeah.